Hi, this is Darren from Building a Legacy, and today we're going to go over how to store your tractor outside. I know that we're inside doing the video. It is really cold and windy, and I decided to do this video because we had gotten our tractor from the pedal car museum that we store over there. We had watched it the other day, and it gave me a great idea to go over how we store that outside, how we can keep it in a decent condition, and some of the mistakes that we've learned in the past. We store our Simplicity Conquest garden tractor at the pedal car museum in the back of the property near the garage door, as shown in this picture. The first couple years of its life, we stored it outside, and the first year I made the mistake of using the wrong tarp. That tarp would be the cheap regular tarps, such as this one right here. Your generic Tractor Supply plasticky style tarp with eyelets. We would drape it over the tractor. I'm just kind of showing it right here, like so. Of course, it'd be covered. The whole thing would be covered. This is a smaller one. I'm not sure we even go over. I put this over, and then I used a strap that went across, hooked underneath, and went over top of the tractor and cinched it down like so. Of course, tighter. We stored it over winter, and about midwinter I figured out that the strap had come loose and the tarp literally slid like this across the hood and was like this. When it did that, it left these really fine scratches. I don't know if you can see them right in this area here. These scratches all over the hood, our metal hood. Now, we try to keep our tractors decent. This is a big mistake on my part. So that was when I first learned that I better not use the plastic style tarps to cover the tractor when it's, especially when it was covered in winter. I was able to buff those scratches out, as you can tell. For the most part, they were buffed out, and it's okay. We keep it clean. The next year, we got one of the tarps. I believe it was an Arnold tarp that you can get at Home Depot and Lowe's. Generic, I think they were, what, 50, 60 bucks at the time. That was the second year then that we had it outside in winter. That tarp barely lasted a year. I don't even think it lasted a year. It had tears in this area here, at the seat area. It was a mess. Then we got a hold of a John Deere, or cover, I should say, a quality John Deere one. I know we put a John Deere cover on a Simplicity. I hope the John Deere people will forgive us, and I hope the Simplicity people will forgive me and us. Cover lasted almost 4 years. When I brought this tractor to the house here is when I had to throw it away because it finally tore in this area here and in this area right in here. I highly suggest getting that style of a tarp. I think they're around $130, $140. It at least lasted 4 years to this, what, $50, $60 for lasting 1 year. We will include Amazon associate links down below in the description of the John Deere cover that we used. I think they have two, like a $70 one and a $130 one. You can also get it at their dealers. That's the one that worked well. That worked almost 4 years. We are probably going to get another one. It hasn't come yet. Just for, I haven't purchased it yet. So that was our way around using the Harbor Freight plasticky style tarps and scratching up the tractor. Again, we use the strap going from here over to the other side. That helps keep it down. Even the fitted tarp is, the John Deere fitted cover is, it fits better than the one we got from Lowe's or Home Depot. It does have elastic around the bottom of it. It also has a tie-off point at the back, but I found that running a strap over top, it does work better and keep it in windy conditions. Even though the downside of keeping a tractor outside, and especially in winter, and keeping it under a cover, is that if you don't clean it once a month, it gets this mildew residue. I think I did too good of a job cleaning it the other day. You can see here, this is a type of dirt that kind of forms. You can see in the bumper there, that was all over the inside of the engine cover here, all over the motor. That, even though there's vents in that John Deere cover, it seems that, I'm not gonna say a mold grows on it, but some sort of wetness stays with the tractor under the cover. The next thing that I learned was to use, especially if it's out in winter, you need to have it on a battery charger, because a battery gets down to a certain voltage. It can be, I think it's around 11.5 volts, 12 volts. If a battery gets too low, it will freeze. Literally, the I believe it's the electrolytes in the battery will freeze. So what we did was we used a quick attach charger, and we just have the clamps on this one. It just clamps onto the battery cables. We ran it through this side of the tractor, through one of the vents there, to this quick connect here, where we can either use, we use the NOCO chargers, and we use ASE style for other chargers that we have laying around. We use this little NOCO 1 amp charger when it's at the museum. This one here, I don't think is waterproof or water resistant. So what we do is we plug it in, then we would run it out the garage door. We would then shut the door and drive the tractor right in here and plug it in. If you're not lucky enough to do that situation with a battery charger, NOCO also has a 2 amp battery charger that can mount in the tractor. I guess you can mount it right here with either double-sided tape or drill holes through the panel here. Mounted in here, it is what they call an onboard charger. Affiliate links are down below in the description for that charger also. Then you'd only have to run an extension cord, say from an outdoor outlet to that. I would highly suggest doing that. I believe they're temperature compensating. We just got one for our camper, and it appears to be working quite well. Every time I check on it, the battery is at 13.3 or 13.6 volts. Would highly recommend that for a garden tractor. I wouldn't go with, we showed the 5 amp here. I would go with the 2 amp for a garden tractor. Don't think they have a 1 amp weatherproof charger. I believe their smallest is a 2 amp. Like I said, you would just have to go from an outside plug to the tractor if you would mount it on your tractor that you're storing outdoors. The next thing that we didn't have an issue, we never had an issue with this. Another person might have an issue if they're storing their tractor outside is security. One of two ways to do that would be a cable lock of some sort. Affiliate links down below. Different ways to do that. You want to run the cable lock through a secure point on the tractor. In the past, before we had this sleeve hitch adapter on this Conquest here, we would put it through the hitch hole here, run it through and lock it down that way. You could go through this down along here to a secure point, say your building, your property. Do not let the key in. I would highly recommend not letting the key in the tractor. I would do the simple thing of pulling the key, letting it inside. The other thing to do for the tractor is to make it unstartable. Each tractor is different. It all depends on the tractor and the starting procedure of the tractor. I'm sure if you've used your tractor enough, you know that there are certain times where it will start and won't start. With this one, I have a certain routine that I park it a certain way, and you would have to know that starting procedure to start it. It could be enough that maybe certain people will think twice about taking your tractor if they can't start it or they think there's a problem with it. You just want to make it less desirable. Hope everybody finds this information useful. It's some of what we've learned over the years. Hopefully you can apply it if you have to have your tractor outside in the elements. Some people care about how their tractor looks. Some people don't. We wash and wax our tractor and keep our tractors decent. A, it's easier to work on. B, I just like having my stuff somewhat clean. Sometimes it's not. Trust me, it's not sometimes. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. I'm not going to tell you to do the YouTube thing. You can if you want. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.